Hello, Scratchers. Isn't it wonderful to have a block of code which works for any number and any grid? I don't know how many of you tried it out, but if I just want to create a grid of 10 by for these 30, I can just make this one change. Let's keep it 30 because I don't have more costumes right now. All I have to do is work with a little placement and I have a working grid. So that's really, really cool thing. Now what we're going to do, we are going to build up on our calendar. So now we have the dates of a month. What is the next thing that we will need? The months. How do we get the months? We're just going to duplicate this code and now we just need, we want to display January to June in one row and July to December in another row. So we're just going to duplicate this sprite, create the month names, change the costumes. We just need 12 costumes here. And what we're doing is just changing from days to month number. Remember to make the correct variable changes. Make it to 6 and repeat 12 times. And your exact code is working for the months. And what have you written on the click of the month? We are going to copy the code which we have used to create the grid for days into the month. The key things which we have to be very careful about is using the right variables. So we have to make sure that we create variable to keep the count of the month and then we initialize that. Rest of the work of the grid is already done. And when I start as a clone, the only major things we have to change is what is it that we want to do the modulo against and what is the costume that we are going to set. So this is what happens when we do copy paste. So for instance here, I missed out to replace the date value by the month. And once I fix that, the grid is all ready. The only thing which need to work is with the placing. I'm going to increase the size and the layout is proper now. So on the click of the month, we want to display and broadcast so that the dates show up for that month. So we are creating a block which will tell us that how many dates have to be displayed for this particular month. So we are taking month number as an input to the block. Just like you mentioned that how many steps the move block should take. So this month will accept the month number. And now we are going to do very interesting things. We are going to look at how we can build the logic for this using what will probably come to you more naturally until you are very comfortable and familiar with using lists. Now as you can see, I am trying to build the logic using based on the month number, whether it is 1, 3 and so on. We'll set it to 31 and then we'll create another such long rule and that's one way to do it. It is simple, but once you know the power of lists, you will see how much more easier it is. We are creating a new list now and what we will do, we will Now we have created a simple list which is going to maintain the dates of the month. So all we need is in this list 12, we just need 12 values to this list. So there we go, our list is ready and populated. Now see how simple it is going to be to look up. All we have to use is pick up the item value against the month number. Wow, just neat and clean one line of code. And we are directly setting this value from the list into our variable. Now, we have tested that clicking on the months, we are able to see the correct set of months and display it. But this is right now happening every time by having to click on the green button. The reason being because the clones have been created. If we click on the button again, it is getting messed up. So we will see how to fix that. Now let's look at the code, very smart code which we have used to fix the cloning problem. So what we are doing, first we are receiving, every time we select a month, receiving a broadcast to say, let's clean up the list. So we delete all the clones and we broadcast saying that now you do fresh dates. So by introducing one level of extra broadcast, we are able to achieve this. So these are a lot of simple fun tricks which will be useful to you for many of your projects. This is a project, creating the grids, doing this kind of selection. I would encourage all scratchers and wannabe programmers and developers to practice this and really try to think of making games around this and just make use of this, because this will help you understand the way logic can be developed very neatly and try to start using lists wherever it makes your coding simpler and easier. Have fun coding. Ta-da!